Hey YouTube, welcome back to Azure Bricks. Today I want to talk about rocks. I've got a collection here of the crystal piece, and I want to kind of update you on my collection process so far. This is what I've got. However, last night we had our local lug meeting, and I was able to snag a couple from a friend. We've got some missing pieces here, and I've just lined these up in the same order as they appear in Bricklink under the known colors. So what we're missing here is sand green. I've got a little representation here, sand green on the end. And then here would be trans bright green, which I did actually pick up recently on a Bricklink order. This one's a pretty common color, if I can get it on there. And we've got them all turned just the right way, so they all look the same. There we go, trans bright green. Then trans dark blue. Now my friend gave me this one, which is a really nice color. Should follow him on Instagram, 585bricks. And then we've got trans dark pink. We are missing trans green here. And I should say the sand green, I do actually own this one. It's in the Hogwarts Castle Grounds set as the trees. I do own that set. I just haven't built it yet, and I will snag one of those trees and put it in the display. I actually don't really buy this piece as trees. It doesn't read well for me, so I'm probably going to replace them all anyway. So I do own that one, just not here yet. Okay, so the transparent green. That's just a regular green, and then trans light blue, and then we have trans medium blue. This is a tough one. I've got a little representation here. I think this little guy is my only piece that I have in trans medium blue, at least that I can find readily. And just as an example, here's like normal trans blue and trans light blue next to it. So it's really, really subtle, the difference here. But yeah, we were wanting the trans medium blue. That did not come in very many sets, usually Belleville, I believe, on that. Wait, pause, stop. I have that figure. So I bought that figure years ago, and I completely forgot about it because I am not a superhero fan, and even less than that, a DC fan. But I bought that to make a custom George Lucas, which I wish I had standing right here, but I can't find it. But this is proof that I have the figure, so where's the rock? Well, I went digging. We moved a few years ago, and so I think something got shuffled around. I had 2 bags of these crystal pieces sorted out. I found the other one deep in a box, and here it is. There we go. Trans medium blue, except, wait a second. It's not trans medium blue. That's trans light blue. This is trans medium blue. I had that one sitting on the display the entire time. This is just regular trans light blue. That goes right there. I told you they were similar. Very, very similar. They are different. And while I was rooting around through this extra bin, I found green. Trans green. Okay, that was enough of a tangent. Let's get back to where I was. And then we've got trans neon green, trans orange. I don't have the trans orange crystal. It's a fairly common one. It's fairly cheap. It did come in some Power Miner sets. And so I will probably be trying to pick that one up at some point. It came in the one with the really big, like the Lava Monster Power Miner set. I would like to get that character, so maybe I can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. That would be nice. Let's see, trans red, and then chrome green. This one's kind of beat up. Let's zoom in here. This one was actually only available in 1 city set. I'll try and put a picture here on the screen here. And I actually got this set as a kid. And that's kind of what started this whole thing, is that I dug up this piece from my collection and realized that it's kind of a rare one, and said, well, if I've already got the rare one, let's just collect them all, you know? So yeah, that one's got a bit of wear and tear on it, but that's okay. Next, we're gonna do chrome silver. Now this is another one that my friend gave me, and that looks amazing. I'm gonna slap that on there. Oh, it's in the wrong orientation. Let's go the other way. Just like that. Very nice. And then right here in this gap is gonna be flat silver. This is the only piece I had laying around early, or kind of easy access to a flat silver part. It's almost just light bluish gray, but it's not. This is actually an interesting piece, and we'll talk about this in a minute. I think I've got one on order, but we will see when it arrives. Now, the flat silver one, as I was going through this last night, it had me kind of questioning some things here. So if I click on this, it only came in one set. It's got 2 listings here, but the Queen car is in this set. So if we look here, there she is right there, right behind that green SUV. There we go. That's a bit better. And there is that single crystal right there on top of the car. Now, okay, so it only comes with one, and it only comes in this car set, which I'm sure did not sell very well. So there aren't very many out there. Now, if you start looking down here, we can see some strange listings with individual cars by themselves. You know, you could come down here and get, let's see here, the Queen, pristine, in the US, $38. $38 for the car. That's pretty ridiculous. So let's just go back and go back to where we can see on this left side here, flat silver. I just want to point out here, this over here, if we look at the color info, here we go. Lots for sale. There's a lot more colors here than there are here. I have a feeling that that means that like maybe there's production, like prototype pieces, like the trans pink versus the trans dark pink, but it doesn't have an image. So this guy doesn't have very many items in his store. 395 isn't a ton. So if he's the only one and it doesn't have an image, it's probably more likely that he just didn't realize that he input the wrong color. So I doubt it's trans pink. I'm pretty sure that it's trans dark pink. So there's a few in here that I think are just misrepresented, and that this is the actual list. If you know for sure that this is inaccurate and that there are other colors that I can obtain in this list, please let me know in the comments. I would love to get the full collection. Okay, so if we look over here for lots for sale and look for flat silver by itself, I don't really want to pay international shipping. This guy here has it for 25 cents, which seems like a pretty good deal. However, we already know, and I'm just going to go to switch to USA only, because that's where I'm at. We already know that this rock piece has a tendency to be misrepresented on the color, or kind of miscategorized. So if we look here, we've got flat silver. We've also got metallic silver, which is very, very similar. And if we look at the number of sets that this comes in, it's quite a few. 5 in the Arctic Icebreaker, 4 in the Dwarves Mine, 5 in the Silver Mine Shootout. There's been quite a few. Ooh, look at this, Arctic Base Camp. This is Tangent. That's where I get my face that I use, right there. A little scientist. That's where it comes from. Yeah, there's quite a few in metallic silver and only 1 in flat silver. So I think that quite a few of these listings are wrong. Another reason I think that is I was at a shop here already getting something else, and look at this, $25 for a flat silver, and then the notes are correct, rare flat silver color. So this person knows what they've got, right? So what about all these other ones that are really cheap? Maybe one of them is correct. How do I know? Here's what I found. And I hope that I'm correct in this, but we will see. So if we look back here in the color info and flat silver, and we look for the big Bentley bust out, or I guess more importantly, the queen. Let's just look at this. We can see the 57 parts, and we go through here. Well, there's our crystal. There's another part that's exclusive. I'm sure the mouth is also exclusive, but I tracked down this one right here, the eyes. Now, this is probably a lot less valuable of a piece, so let's take a look at this in white. Only came in one set, one figure, okay? So now what I did was I just started going through here, USA only, and searched stores that had a large number of parts, and I would just, okay, Great Lakes Bricks, let's look here. View. So they have this piece. Now let's look over here at parts and go to rock. They don't have it. Now, if they had a rock in here that was metallic silver, I might just buy it and hope that it's actually the flat silver and it's miscolored. But what I actually did was found a store, and I've already purchased it, but I found a store using this same method where I just come through here with this other exclusive piece that if they're probably not going to miscategorize this. And I looked down here at the other parts, went to rock, and found somebody that had the flat silver listing. So they got it correct. And there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to get the right piece because they've also got that printed windshield part from the Queen. So I've purchased that. I will update you when that comes in the mail. But a sneaky little way to make sure you're getting exactly the right part. And I did not pay 25 cents. I think I paid closer to $1. But I didn't pay $25 either. And I have a pretty good suspicion that I'm going to get the correct part based on pairing it up with this other exclusive part that they also had in their store. Next, we've got Pearl Gold. And then Satin Trans Purple. This is a new one. It just came in a bunch of the Lego City Space sets. It's actually, I think, probably my favorite one. It's got a really interesting kind of color and texture to it. It's almost got a glitter added into it, but I mean, if it does, it's really, really fine. Kind of an opalescent, really. Then we've got Metallic Gold. That's that drum lacquered piece. And then same here, drum lacquered silver, or they call it metallic silver on Bricklink. And then this one is Glitter Trans Light Blue. And that one actually does have large glitter flakes in it. That kind of color was often used in kind of Frozen sets. There we go. Okay, so all we're missing now is, again, Sand Green, which I do own. It's just not here yet. Transparent Orange, Trans Orange. Rock Lug, if you're watching, hit me up. And then the last one here is Flat Silver. And again, I have that one ordered and it's on its way. Hopefully, we'll see if my method works. My collection is almost complete. I'm sure they will be coming out with new variants of this crystal far into the future, and I will be continuing to collect those and updating this segment. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me here and watch until the end. We do have a little build planned for those of you that stuck with us. Okay, for our custom mock today, we're going to be doing this cut geode. I like this. It's around all the way around the back and on the sides, and then it's got a flat bottom to be set on the table and be displayed. So here are all the parts that you need. You can change up the colors however you'd like. Here in this case, I don't have any more dark gray. They're used back here in the corners. I don't have any more dark gray for the display here. You can use light gray in here. It will be visible, but it doesn't look too bad. I started out with that. And then just note that over here, these are solid studs and these are hollow studs. That is fairly important, at least that these are hollow studs. All right, so let's break this down. Okay, we're gonna start with our 4x4 plate as a base, and we're just gonna immediately double that up. All right, then we're going to place some of these jumpers in here, like this. And then fill the sides here with the hollow studs like that, and then a couple at the bottom as well. Just like that. We're going to take our snot brick with studs on two sides and put that at the top. This is going to be the cut flat bottom here. That is fairly important. We're going to do that. Take the other snot pieces and put them on the sides. You can like smash it on the table to get them to line up perfectly on the edge. With the stud on the side, not the bottom, and then the opposite on that side. Okay, now we're going to take our last jumper and put it right in the center like that, just to offset that stud one more time. All right, we're going to take our jewels and place them in here, in all of the hollow studs that we've placed. Really smash them down there. This is going to be kind of a finicky build as far as getting everything lined up just perfectly. There we go. These are less important since they're mostly round, although you can kind of spin them just to be sure that you've got a flat edge on the side there. All right, we're going to take another one of those hollow studs and we're going to put it right there, just to raise up one of the crystals. And for that, we're going to be using this 4-pointed crystal here. That's going to go there. At this point, you may also want to just go ahead and cap off all 4 corners with those studs. That might make this a little bit easier. Okay. And let's try and get our crystal right down there in the bottom. This is where it gets kind of finicky. You got to rotate it just right to get it down there. Make sure it's not touching anything else. Let's see if I can do it. I think that's just about right. You got to get that one in between those other crystals there. All right, and then we're going to take our 5-pointed crystal. I believe we want the, they have a flat edge here that can back straight up against a wall. And that is really useful. We're going to put that in the top left if we're looking at it from this direction here. So let's spin this around, put that right up against there, like that. Perfect. All right, let's set that aside and make some of the sides. So we're going to take these 2 plates here. We're going to cap it off like that. We're going to make 3 of these. I just realized I don't think I had all 3 of these 2x2 dark gray plates, or dark bluish gray plates in the setup at the start there. So we are going to need 3 of those, just like this. Okay, now one of these, we're going to put 2 studs right there, and that is going to be our top plate. Now this is going into that second stud, just like that. And those 2 studs shouldn't hit anything. Again, you might need to adjust if it does hit something. Then on this second plate, we're going to put our stud right there. And again, in that second stud down, it shouldn't hit anything. Might need to spin the crystal just to get this prong here to go inside the stud. Nope. Spin it one more time. There we go. Just like that. So in between those two prongs. Like that. Okay. And then our last side is just going to be straight on there like that. There it is. All right, and in the back, we're gonna do that there. Another 2x2 plate. And then 1x2s on the sides. Just like that, and that kind of gives it that rounded shape here at the back. And there we go.